Hi guys, good evening. Welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I'll be doing my episode review for the most recent episode of AMC's The Walking Dead, which debuted earlier tonight. Another really good, really interesting episode. Got a lot to talk about, but of course, as usual, before I keep talking too much for too long, please be warned that this video review will be full of massive spoilers regarding the most recent episode. If you're not caught up on The Walking Dead by this episode or the last two, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be going into big spoilers. So you have been warned. That being said, this episode was a bit more, I feel, not necessarily upbeat, but it definitely had some exciting moments. And this was another tension-filled episode. And I say that mostly because of the scene between Simon and Gregory when the Saviors arrive after their little walker attack. That whole scene between, just the two of them was very, very tension filled. It wasn't necessarily suspense. It was just, very tense. It was a very tense conversation. I kept expecting half the time for Simon to suddenly slug him in the stomach or punch him in the face or something. But apparently he didn't. He was just there to let him know that he's going to be the new savior liaison, or he referred to himself as his Negan. It's obviously, you can see why this guy is Negan's number two man, because he has that same bully personality. Obviously, Negan's personality has clearly rubbed off on him because he seems just as nasty as Negan. You can see why he's a perfect fit for Negan's second in command. It makes a lot of sense. What I really liked about this episode is that we finally got to see more characters explored that we only got to see a little bit of last season, and that was Jesus and Gregory and Simon. We got to see those three explored just a tad bit more, and we got to see more of Gregory and Jesus's relationship, which was really interesting. And what I think is so interesting about Jesus, that he's clearly an intelligent, sensible, brave guy, yet he has this self-doubt or this insecurity that keeps him from becoming the leader that Hilltop really needs or deserves. He's not the one it needs, but the one it deserves, kind of deal. And Gregory, Gregory's not evil. He's just a coward, a dick, and kind of a pussy. So, he's not an evil man. He's just, he's just not strong. I don't think he's strong. Not really morally, but he's just weak-willed, I guess. Like I said, not an evil man, but he is kind of a dick. And I liked seeing, what this episode showed us is how Gregory handles the Saviors. It gave us an insight to the relationship between Hilltop and the Saviors, or at least between Gregory and the Saviors. Clearly, he's scared of them. He doesn't want any of his people to get hurt, but he probably just mostly doesn't want himself to get hurt. And which is why he's so quick to oblige, Simon's demands and whatnot. And for a second there, I thought he had really given up Maggie and Sasha, and I think he truly had intended to. But as soon as that closet opened, and we see the box, and there's nobody in the closet but the box of booze, it's like, did Gregory know they were not going to be in there, or did he think they were and he was going to sell them out anyway? Nope, turns out the little son of a bitch was going to sell them out. And, Jesus was smart enough to hide them elsewhere in the closet in his bedroom. It was kind of like a middle finger to Gregory, kind of like that cool metallic middle finger on the caged car, which was blasting that music that was drawing in the walker herd. That was a cool scene. I liked seeing Sasha and Jesus take down the walkers together. It was also interesting to see that the people of Hilltop aren't really necessarily... It's not that they can't defend themselves, but it's like a matter of that they won't almost. It's like they don't have many fighters or brave, courageous types among them. And Maggie was shouting orders at them left and right, but Jesus really seemed to be the only one who did anything about it. And thank God Sasha was there as well. She's more than capable of taking out walkers. What I was confused about, though, was that I thought they took Glenn and Abraham's bodies back to Alexandria with them, because that's what it was implied in the last episode, wasn't it? I mean, it seemed like when they were there and they were pretending that Maggie's grave was amongst the graves there, and Negan was saying he was sorry that she didn't make it and all that shit. They I thought they were implying that their graves were definitely there, but maybe not, because I'm like, why would these two women drag these bodies all the way to Hilltop and bury them there? So what I'm guessing is that the little stones or the dirt piles are almost like a little memorial to them and not necessarily their graves. I don't know. I was kind of confused. I just can't figure out if their bodies are buried at Hilltop or Alexandria. I don't know. Maybe it's not that big a deal, but it was just something that kind of threw me off. But other than that, this was another good episode. I liked seeing Jesus and Sasha taking down walkers together. I loved seeing more of Jesus, Gregory, and Simon, especially Jesus and Simon. They're two very, very interesting characters, and I hope we get a lot more of them. What I also really liked about this episode was that Jesus's willingness to find the home of Negan, as per Sasha's request, of course, because she's on the warpath for vengeance, as I'm sure Maggie will be soon once her baby is delivered safely, hopefully. But what I realized watching the end of this episode, I thought, oh my God, of course Carl also snuck aboard that truck, because he had gone to Hilltop with the intent of seeing the Saviors there, and hopefully Negan would be there, and he wanted to, if not kill Negan, at least hitch a ride back to their home base. And this very well could turn into a rescue operation to rescue Daryl from the Saviors. Now, it may not seem likely or possible between Jesus and Carl, just between the two of them, but I think that would make a really interesting, awesome episode where we see Jesus and Carl sneaking around the sanctuary and trying to get Daryl out and rescuing him. Or maybe they're all captured. I don't know. It's hard to tell with this show sometimes. But great episode. Really liked it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Gregory, Simon, and Jesus this season. I am interested if Maggie and Sasha will indeed stay there for the long run, at least until the baby is born. And if they are going to stay, it feels like they should at least send a message to Alexandria saying, hey, by the way, guys, we're going to stay here for a little bit longer because the doctor said so. But good episode. Another good episode. Really, really liked it. And I hope you guys did too. What did you think of tonight's episode? Did you like it, hate it, love it? Favorite parts, favorite characters, any favorite moments? Please leave your comments and your feedback down below in the comments section. I'd love to hear from everybody. As usual, let's please keep it respectful and be civil of one another's beliefs and opinions. You can disagree with each other. Just no internet trolling and no unnecessary hostile or personal attacks. Disagree with each other, but keep it civil. Don't forget to check out the EdWord Facebook page in the description down below. I'll put it there. I think you'll like what you see. And stay subscribed to this channel as we continue to follow Season 7 of The Walking Dead, which premieres every Sunday night on AMC. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you get off to a good start tomorrow with a new week. All right, guys, have a great one. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.